welcome to the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I am going to be working on a Scraplift Crafternoon. This is a hop that we take a layout that we have found somewhere on the internet, ask permission to use the layout as a scrap lift, and then we each do our own take on the layout. And this week we are scrap lifting this really gorgeous layout. It is a Halloween layout, and it is from a designer at Click Kits, I believe. And I will put her information in the box below my video so that you can check out her video. It's got some lovely mixed media on it, and some stenciling, and some, looks like there might be some stamping as well. And it kind of looks like to me that she used an alphabet stamp and stamped it with black ink onto pattern paper. That's a really fun thing to do. I've done that in the past, and this is an alphabet that I have that is really close to the one that she used. It's not exact. That is a close to my heart alphabet called Framework Alphabet. I have upper and lowercase as well as numbers. That is a well-loved alpha when I think to use it, and so I think it'll be easy enough to pull off for this layout. Other things that I see on this layout, like I said, is some stenciling. I have a Heidi Swaps stencil that's fairly similar to what she has, and the other stamping looks like some X's, and I will probably actually use a stencil for that as well, maybe. So anyway, I'm going to pause the video. I'm gonna try to get some stuff together because I actually have no idea what pattern papers I'm going to use, what embellishments I'm going to use, so I need to make some decisions. And when I come back, I'll work on the mixed media. So let's get started. So I pulled out my Prima metallic watercolors. Now I watched the beginning part of the creator's video, and I saw that she spritzed her paper with water. And I am attempting that here, but decided I didn't like how it was going on. I probably should have used Vicki Boutin's Foundations paper. That's not what I pulled. And so this is just a Joann's very heavyweight cardstock that holds mixed media fairly well. And anyway, so I went to my packaging technique and then added more of the color directly onto where I put it down with the packaging, and I allowed it to drip kind of like what she did as well. So I thought I might use some of the black metallic watercolor, but I didn't end up doing that because I really liked how this gold looked, and I liked how it was dripping, and I decided that black wasn't going to be the color that I was going to use on this page. So now I'm going to kind of get some more of that gold in a few more places, and I'm going to allow it to do a little more dripping, and then I'm just going to let it dry. I stepped away for a little while and allowed this to dry, and now I'm going to use the darker gold to create some splatters on here. And I'm not going to put a lot of splattering on here, but just enough so that you get some of the darker colors as well. So now I'm going to do the stenciling work, and I got out my Pink Fresh Studios Metropolis. This is a dark gray. It is so dark that it almost looks black, but I didn't want to go for black since I have all this beautiful gold on here, and I wanted some of that to still shine through, which it does. Surprisingly enough, I was afraid that it would completely cover where I put it on top of the gold, but you can still see it through it just a little bit. Anyway, I stenciled a little more than I think the original layout shows, but I'm okay with that. So this is that Vicki Boutin stencil that I love so much and I keep using a lot of. I'm using that in place of those X's that she stamped on there. So now I'm going to matte my photos. Hers are double matted, and I am going to double matte mine as well. I start off first matting the photo of myself with white, and then I of course am gonna mat the photo of my husband and I on the white cardstock, and then I'm gonna use that black and white gingham as the second mat, and then I'll distress it. So the photos that I'm scrapbooking today are photos that were taken in 2018 at an MP ball. My husband's command team, which he was a part of, was invited to the MP battalion from Fort Campbell's military ball, and it was held in Nashville, Tennessee at the Gaylord Opryland Hotel. If you have never been there and you are close, you are surely missing out. That is such a beautiful place to walk through, especially at Christmas time when they have it all decked out. It is free to walk through the hotel. You just either pay for parking in their parking lot or do what we always did, and we parked in the mall next door's parking lot and just walked across. Anyway, so those are the photos that I'm scrapbooking. It's a close-up of myself, and then a photo of the two of us taken by one of my husband's soldiers. So I do think that my photos are a little bit bigger than the photos that were on the original layout, and I should probably have moved my photos up a little bit more than I did. When I get to the part where I start embellishing, one of my phrases is right at the edge, and to be honest with you, I don't normally like that look, but I do like how this layout turned out, so I'm keeping it. So what you see me doing here is I'm taking a sticker, putting some foam adhesive on the back of it, and then I'm using my little embossing bag to take the sticky off the back of that sticker so that when I go to lay it down, the edges don't stick to my background. So I am just laying these stickers down in a place, just kind of plopping them down for now, just deciding if they look okay on my layout. I was very pleased that these colors looked really well with my ball gown, and I'm pleased that the flowers stood out as well as they do with the background. So next up, I am going to go ahead and hand stamp my title. My title just says MP Ball. I am not going to have a 2-layer title like she does. It's just the one set of words on there, and that's all I'm going to do. I just use some black ink to stamp them, and then I will fussy cut them off camera. So I went off camera searching for some phrases. None of the phrases in this collection that I'm using, and by the way, this is Jen Hadfield's The Avenue, and none of the phrases in this collection really worked for what I want. So I found this sticker book of clear stickers. I don't remember who it's from or who it's by, but it is actually a wedding sticker book. So it might be a Teresa Collins sticker book. I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't really like clear stickers typically, and that's okay for this because I just put them on some white cardstock, and one of them I used some of the pattern paper that I stamped my title on as well, so that they weren't all backed with white. And I'm just going to fussy cut those out and get them placed onto the layout where I would like them to go. So the other thing I did that I didn't show before is I pulled one of the floral ephemera pieces from this Jen Hadfield collection because I didn't have enough of the stickers in the peachy color from my sticker book left. I only seem to have blue and I didn't want to add blue into this layout. It probably would have looked fine, but I didn't want the blue, so I pulled in one of the clusters from the ephemera pack, and I'm going to put it down there on the layout. I took a look at the original layout again and realized that I was putting my cluster on the lower part of the layout in the wrong place. So I moved it over and I'm moving my title up, and I'm going to go ahead and I think I end up stacking this title after all when I said that I wasn't going to. I think I stick that MP part up above the word ball because I didn't like how it was kind of coming off the page over there on that left hand side, so I move it. While I was doing this, my daughter came in the room and she was watching me with those glittered stars, and she's like, "Mom, don't put those on there, they look dumb." So I took it back off. Originally I was going to use those stars as a base for my floral clusters, but I didn't like how they looked, so I didn't put them on there. Really having a hard time with that larger floral cluster, getting it positioned the way that I want it, but I finally get it turned in the direction it is now and decide that I kind of like that, and I'm able to tuck that phrase under it in a way that you can still see the phrase but it doesn't cover up anything important. So I finally get some foam adhesive or some fun foam on the back of that middle phrase, and I'm gonna pop it up there in the middle, kind of like what the original layout had. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing down this title. Originally I had considered putting the letters up on foam adhesive as well, but then I forgot to do it, and I think in the end it looks a lot better since I have the floral elements all up on the foam adhesive already. So this is where I decide to split that title after all and put the word MP up above instead of, all the way across. And I like that look a lot better. It felt like it was going off the page and it was really driving me nuts. And I like where my floral cluster ended up as well. So now I'm going to start putting some finishing touches on my layout, and I have this little dish of sequins and gems from mixes that I received as part of my orders from Peace Craft Love when she was selling physical product in her store. She would always give you a little tiny baggie full of sequins or half beads mixed up in there, and so I would just pour them all into this little dish, and I keep them handy to dig through when I need sequins for something like this. So I want to thank you for stopping by my channel today. If you liked this video, please click that thumbs up button to let YouTube know that you enjoyed it. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments or questions about the techniques that I have used or the layout in general, just pop them down there in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Make sure you check that collaborative playlist below. I will have that listed in the description box, as well as each person's individual channels and Instagram accounts, so that you can go leave them some love as well. I also will have the original creators information listed down below. You have a great Sunday afternoon. Bye.